So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kyle, the instructor of this class. Here are the handouts and the questionnaire of this class. So please just come forward and collect. And for those of you guys who joined, you can simply open the file the hangout. You can connect and find yourself, or for your friends as well. Okay, so because it's a event point should be in English. Throughout the whole semester, throughout the whole term. But of course, you can use Chinese. During the break. So if you have any question you want to ask, you can use Chinese. During the break. So if you have any question you want to ask, you can use Chinese during break, and there's no problem with it. So let's take a look at the handout first. We will look at the basic information. Then we will finish the PowerPoint first, and then go back to the handout to see whether there are further important information or not. So the basic information, you can call me Kyle, or you can call me by my Chinese name, Shih-Cong. So I'm from Department of History of this school. If you have any question, you can email me. So you can see the two different addresses, one from school and one from Gmail. And you can email me either, to the school one or to the Gmail one. I think it's totally fine. My office hour would be 2 to 4 p.m. And for Thursday, it's from 1 to 3 p.m. So if you have any queries, you have any comments, we want to talk, you can go to my office, which is room 6 for Wednesday. You can just email me, or we can arrange the time. Please see the notes and please make an appointment in advance, if possible. If you are pretty sure that you will come to my office on Tuesday, so next week, and you want to make sure that I will be there 100%. Because I might go to the toilet or go to the department office. So if you're pretty sure that you will be here, and you want to make sure that so I will be here as well, please just let me know in person, or you can email me to make sure that I will be staying in my office at that time. So the credit is just 1, so which means from 1 to 2, just like 50 minutes. Streaming is needed, and we will choose my YouTube channel. So it's just like online course if needed. But hopefully we can meet in class, in person throughout this semester. Okay, so that's it. And cross objectives and cross outline, you can take a look at it. So after that, we will see a PowerPoint first. I think these are all the important information regarding this course here. So basically, I will talk about what you would learn or what I would teach in this class, and some evaluation or grades or your essays or final exam, something like that. And after that, I think it will take around 30 minutes or even more. And after that, you can choose either to stay here or to enroll in other class, for EMI course. So today's PowerPoint will be divided into 3 parts. The first part is the introduction to this course. So what we will learn, what we wouldn't learn. So the second part will be time span, space, and topics or events. So we will talk about, the time span. Okay, so if we will teach history, so the history of what region and for when. The topics and events like the important issues we will, that will be addressed in this semester. The third part would be on the other class. So basically, the focus or the aim of this class, this course, is like how we know from watching historical films or watching Hollywood films. So the most important thing is I want to talk about, what the difference is between, the and if possible, why. So why kind of figures are presented, by some ways. So here are some examples, and you can see another case. This is 300. So in Chinese, 300. So if you have watched that movie, you will see the Spartan warriors in that movie. They always sit type of X. Okay, you got Fuji. So we are just wondering whether Spartan warriors in ancient times, in ancient Greece, would go to the battlefield simply with their axe and without any armor or something like that. So probably it's not an accurate image of these warriors. But why? Why these warriors would be portrayed or would be depicted by this kind of image in that field part of this class. So another part of the class is basically the introduction to the ancient world, the introduction to the Greco-Roman civilization. So if you hate history, or you simply don't like it in high school, so please make sure that there are many kind of related to history, like ancient world or their life or other stuff. So basically, it's a highly selective, as you can see from the PowerPoint. Another thorough and another comprehensive introduction to the Greco-Roman world. Because what we will learn, it basically would be centered around or centered on the subject of films. So which means, okay, so if today we watch a film, Roman slavery, Roman slaves. So we will talk about this kind of stuff, and we will try to give you more details about slavery in ancient world. But for other aspects, like the literature and philosophy or other aspects, which are not portrayed or not mentioned in films, we would probably just overlook it. Because it's not as important in this class. Of course, it's important in history, but it's just 1 hour class. So, we should focus on certain aspects. And then these issues and these aspects would be directly related to the films you watch. Okay, so here are some, a very brief introduction. Time span and space. So basically, we will talk about the classical antiquity of the Western world, or you can say of the Mediterranean world. Basically, the most common definition of classical antiquity is from 8th century BCE, or you can say 8th century BC to 6th century AD or to 6th century CE. Okay, so that's that's basically the framework and the time span of this class. But sometimes we are not quite sure that, okay, so the date of the event. Like, for example, how about Homer and his works, his epics. We all know that, Homer comes from the era of archaic Greece, which means from the 8th to 6th to the 7th century BCE. But that's all. Apart from that, in the early Middle Ages. So be more precisely, in terms of geographical regions, we will focus on the Mediterranean world. So which means you can see the Middle East, or you can say Near East, the Balkans, and other neighboring regions. So if you use Google Map, so it's just like that. Talk about what's happened in also the Mediterranean world. The Balkans you can see Turkey, the Mediterranean world. The Balkans you can see Turkey, Palestine, Egypt, and North Africa. So that we will talk about, in this semester. So basically, it's about time span and the geographical. The regions we will talk about. So the next one it would be the topics. The world. So from the world. So from this PowerPoint, I will talk about what we would learn. What we would PowerPoint. I will talk about what I will teach and you will learn from this class. What is the definition of epic in ancient times? Is the historical background of the Homeric epics like Iliad or Odyssey. So, like the late Bronze Age, Iron Age. So we will talk a bit about it. And of course, we will watch the films. Troy. We will see the list of the films later. The second one is Greek city-state and the Persia. So, the second part, we will talk about the ancient Persian and the Persian Empire. As you can see, from your high school or junior high school, you all know this civilization, you all know this region. So, for example, about the Persian, we'd like to know that who were they? Who were the Persians? Or where were they from? They were from Central Asia or other regions. So it's gonna be a very brief introduction to the Persians and to the Persian Empire. The second important part is the introduction to the Greek city-states. But actually, there would be around more than 1,000 city-states in ancient Greece. So basically, it is impossible to give a thorough introduction to all these city-states in one class. And instead, we will focus on two particular cases. The first one is Athens. The second one is Sparta. And basically, we will focus on Sparta because it's a subject of the 300 of the film we will watch. And we will focus on history or social life of ancient Greece, like it would be. So, and if you are not the citizens, So what's the difference between being a